Right guys, Mark Crossfield here, hitting today TaylorMade Aero Burner fairway wood. Now I've done this one already in a 15-degree loft, and you might have saw my numbers were quite amazing with it. So I've now got the TP version Aero Burner 3 high launch. So this is the 16.5 degrees loft. I'm going to give it a go, show you what it's all about. Aero Burner, TaylorMade, club with wings, yes please. Let's get stuck in. Right guys, TaylorMade Aero Burner. This is the TP version and it's the high launch version. So we get the slot at the bottom going from the toe to the heel, quite a big, generous looking slot, which is going to help with ball speeds across the face, so you get less of a drop off, is what TaylorMade will say. Won't make me hit the ball any straighter, but it might help me sustain ball speeds when I'm not hitting that effective sweet spot. We get a little Aero Burner wing, which I don't know what I would do without that. Any clubs without wings now are default and don't work properly. That's there just for show in my opinion, but I'm sure they got data that shows them it speeds the club up. Because this is the Aero Burner, it's Aero design, little bubbles on top. I love this little line-up line that you get on all the Aero Burner stuff, TP or not, the way this kind of little raised bit on the top, it does frame the ball really nicely. Fixed neck. And it's also 16.5 degrees loft, so it's a high launch free wood. Let's hit a couple. I like the look of this club, what you would have seen in my other videos. The white head to the black face looks fantastic. Off the face, sits nice and square in the TP model, where the other model, standard model for me didn't, which I didn't like. Hitting this club, it makes a good old crack off the face. It's an amazing looking flight. And the reason I'm enjoying the 16.5 degree loft, you might have seen when I have bagged this club in a course vlog, if you've seen it yet or not, I'm not sure, subject to when this video releases, is the 15 degree off the deck for me just doesn't get up in the air. It falls out the air quick and I can't seem to keep it on the planet, it feels like, where the 16.5, I get a similar flight but an easier launch. So it's kind of similar to the loft up ideas that they did with the driver. Now I don't know if they did that intentionally with this club, but it's certainly coming out that way. It's a lovely flight, it gets up in the air but it just keeps going forward, it doesn't have that spin up. It's quite a funny sound off the face as well, the Aero Burner. It's quite a brittle sound, it's quite a hard sounding club, which I don't mind in my freewood. I like my freewood to have a bit of power to it. Now we've got the GC2 HMT Titleist Pro V1X balls, my gaming ball down here on the ground as well, which I'll show you some real ball data in a second. Just hit one more with it. It just sits lovely and square. It looks as good as all the other Aero Burners. TP for me just sits squarer, where the original one, the non-TP version, doesn't sit as nice in my opinion. It's the fact that I've never bagged a 16.5 degree freewood. I've actually always gone down in loft in freewood because it's a different spin model, which we'll show you. Let's hit one more. It's just such a lovely flight. I am loving this freewood. Check out the other Aero Burner reviews as well. It'll give you a bit more of an idea of the club, but that looks great. Feels nice. It's the higher launch. Let's show you why I need to go higher launch when it comes to this club. Here we go then guys, numbers time. Aero Burner high launch TP, so 16.5 degree loft. It's spinning at 2.9, lowest spin down at 2.3, highest spin up in 3.6. Now if we look at shot 11, struck right out the middle, kind of 0 and 1 centimetre away from geometric middle. If we look at the low spinning one, which is the 2.372 shot 13 as it's called there, it's higher on the face. So as soon as I get that strike slightly higher than middle, it drags that spin down really to not far off a driver spin, which gives me this flight that just goes forwards, doesn't kind of spin up in the air at all, but it gets my launch up near 16 degrees, 15.9 average, highest ones topping out at 16.1 degree launch from that 16 degree loft. So I need that launch with that low spin to make sure the ball gets the right flight to make the desired distance. Topping out at 240, which is a big hit for me, bottoming down at, what are we going down here, 226. So the thing I like about the high launch for me is my top carry to my lower carry is much tighter. When I go to the 15, I actually get some getting nearer 250 carries. which is almost too far. That's almost the same as my driver hit in a pat mode. But then when I miss hit it, it drops way down to the 220s and below mark. So I get a massive gap between best hit and worst hit, which on a course in a practical environment for me just isn't going to work. Great numbers, kind of redefining freewoods a bit, aren't they, TaylorMade? It's amazing. You've got to give them credit, you know, and I've been a critic of them in the past, and well, not them, their product, more their kind of message. They're trying to change the way the ball flight is looked at, and these clubs are doing that, and I'm actually quite enjoying it to a certain extent at the moment as well. Definitely the TP version, guys, kind of tour proven. It's worth, I think, hitting that one. Even if you aren't a TP player. I'm not a TP player. You know, handicap golfer, purely because it sits nicer on the ground, I think. Good numbers, great club, loving it. It's in the bag, and I'm really enjoying hitting it. Post comments down below as always. Speak to you soon. So if you like what's going on here, don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. Also thumbs up the video, post comments, love to hear what you guys got to say. Let's keep it social. The more we talk, the more we share, the easier this game will get for everybody. So if you want to find me on Facebook here, you can find me on Facebook. If you want to tweet me, find me on Twitter here as well. Just follow the links, all in the description. Come and join the show, get active, get involved, get playing some better golf. Thanks for watching.